Skiddly got boop beat it. Skiddly bop boop beat it boop. My neighbor just saw all that. Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Matty Chymbor podcast. Feel free to hit the like button, throw me a comment, subscribe, and if you don't, you can go eat a bag of. All right, guys, thanks for clicking the link. This is a new episode featuring your host, Matty Chymbor. Just right off the top, I'm going to be in San Diego April 30th, headlining the Laugh Factory. Come out, grab a ticket. Link in bio. Which bio? None of your business. Find the bio. And when you find it, you can buy a ticket. Talk about a shitty scavenger hunt. That's like a scavenger hunt where you look for your credit card statement that has more money than you thought, guys. But thanks for clicking the link. We're going to get into the thick of this stuff. Good episode. I'm drinking coffee. It burnt my tongue. And I don't care because coffee can do no wrong. Coffee is the best thing on earth until I do my brand deal with Mud Water, which is that weird mud watery stuff where they claim it's better than coffee. But guess what? Until then, coffee is the best. Coffee goes in your body. It says, I'll get you energized if you get that turd out of your butt. And I go, excuse me? They go, I'm not going to say it again. And I'm like, you're the boss. And then I go number 2 and then become number 1 because coffee is going to take us to the top. Coffee is full of life and it makes your teeth brown. What a good day. I'm having a great day. I'm pretty busy. I'm only going to be here for about 20 minutes because I got a lot of STDs. Shits to do. One of which is get rid of my gonorrhea. Guys, these are jokes. I'm funny. My neighbor is pressing his butt cheeks against the window. He's agreeing. That's our code for you just hit a punchline because he's watching me live on Twitch. What's going on in the world? I don't know. I've been scrolling on the internet. Have you ever been scrolling on your phone and somebody that you follow or an account that Instagram suggests you follow has some very risque picture, and then you're just like in public and somebody catches you looking at it at that time, and you're like, hey, Instagram, can you not do that? I was scrolling today, and I wasn't paying attention, and I look down, and I see Lizzo's big ol' ass getting on a plane. Lizzo loves just showing ass. I mean, shout-outs to Lizzo. You got that dumper just walking on that PJ. What's that picture look like? I mean, let me pull it up real quick, and then I'm going to restart my rant because I like this one. Lizzo, she's always in the news. Lizzo, just hit Lizzo, and then a picture of her ass going on a stage. What was like, something was going on. What are people bitching about Lizzo for? Lizzo. I'm going to write plane. Lizzo plane. Lizzo plane photo. I thought there was a person who tried to call out Lizzo for airplane attires. Yeah, okay, so let me start back. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just scrolling on the internet, and then you got Lizzo's big old dumper hanging out. I mean, shout out to Lizzo. I mean, get your thick with 9C's booty out there. I don't care. I'm not one of those people who get mad at Lizzo for putting her butt out there. Who cares, people? If the only thing you care about is Lizzo's ass walking on a PJ, you need to get help. You need therapy. You got to sit on the couch with your feet up and the guy sitting behind you on the clipboard saying, what's wrong? And you go, I don't know, but somebody didn't hug me enough when I was younger. And then he's going to write down, and then draws a kitty cat. Oh, because therapists can't say rude things on the board. You got to scan it after the meeting. Did I go to therapy before? I did. I was scared. I didn't know what anxiety was. I had to go to therapy, and I said, I have anxiety, and then she goes, it's a chemical in your brain. I go, what chemical? And she goes, coffee, and then she pulled out her mask, and she was a cup of coffee, and then we all laughed, and I had a panic attack, and here I am today. But anyways, I don't care. I mean, Lizzo, shove it in our face more. You're not doing enough. I want you to get on I want Lizzo to just start walking around naked. Clothes. Like, I mean, the more people get mad, the more she should start taking stuff off. And I think other people should do that. Just start showing skin. Just start, dropping Lizzo on I mean, what are people doing on the internet? I wish I can show my screen right now, but people are just getting bizarre. I mean, again, this goes back to the paparazzi for caring too much. I mean, shame on me for even bringing more attention to this, but I'm proud of her. I mean, I can see it's clickbait. People they want to post about it. They want people to get pissed off. That's all the internet is these days. It's just people getting pissed off. The internet is like becoming the silver lining of trolls and haters and Karens and these anti-activists against the grain people is they're so creative with their insults. They're at the point where they can literally take any topic and get offended at it. I mean, anything. We post about Easter, like Jesus is fake. You're like, oh my God, what the fuck? Okay. You could post about the COVID vaccine, they go, and how it's free, and they go, well, what about insulin? You're like, I mean, Jesus Christ. They go, that's a new baby being born. They go, its gender should be determined later in life. And you're like, wow, this guy is creative, and we need to have him on a meeting when they come up with the next movie, so we don't come out with a Spider-Man 45. But it's creative. I mean, I think, but this is the stuff where it's like the circle of life on the internet, where celebrity does something celebrities do, walk around with thongs, walking on planes, and then paparazzi posts it because they know the haters will freak out and flare up, and then the advertising comes in and they make money off the haters flaring up because they're searching all these accounts like me I'm searching Lizzo ass photo plane boner, and I mean, people are just freaking out. The websites are making money. They're paying the paparazzi, the followers, or the Lizzo's getting the follow. I mean, it's just, that's the internet in a nutshell. I mean, it's frustrating, but here we are. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna not participate in the internet? Isn't that crazy? We are around when the internet was born. Isn't that insane to think about? I think about that all the time, where we were pre-internet. And you know what else I think? I always think about things when I'm I would think about this. Let me start over because I'm getting very carried away. This coffee's deep in me right now. Know what I think about a lot is how, like, take 2 or 3. Jesus. What I think about often is how when we're older, we're going to look back on things now and be like, wow, that's crazy we did that. One of which that's becoming a reality, and you can mark my words on this podcast, people from the future, because no one's listening now. Mark my words, we're gonna look back and be like, remember when there was gas stations? I saw this article where they said they're gonna try to ban electric cars by 2035, or they're gonna try to ban people who sell gas powered cars by 2035. By 2035, they're gonna try to ban the selling of gas cars in California, I think, which is a very California thing to do. Clickbait. They're going to try to do that, which I think is do I think that might happen right away? No. But do I think that that sparked a thought in my brain? I think it did. It made me think about how when we're older, we're going to think about fucking shit like, oh my God, remember when they had gas stations? That's crazy. And then we're going to be pulling up to these weird giant outlet being like an electric plug for our electric cars. And then one day we're going to look back and be like, wow, these electric cars need to be powered by these generators, which require gas and oils and stuff. And then those are going to be electric, and then that's going to cost some stuff. And then Terminator's going to come and shoot everybody, and Sarah Connor's going to bang him, and he's going to make a half-robot baby who has a vibrator for a penis, and that's going to be men in the future. It's going to be Terminator-like men with vibrator penises, and myself being a normie, which they'll call us normies, normie peenies. That's what I'm going to be called if I were alive in the year 2490, when Terminator dudes with vibrator wieners start trying to kill us normie weenies, and it's scary to think about. That's what I think about when I saw that article. That's what I think about at night when my anxiety is just like, hey, you up? And I'm like, no. And they go, well, you are now. Let's think about death. And I'm like, fuck. My favorite thing to do is just wake up after a good 4 hours of sleep, and then my phone and anxiety are sitting there saying, hey, we're talking about stuff. You trying to get in on this? And I'm like, not really. And they're like, well, guess what? It's about you, so you should probably dive in. And then they look at me, and I get a burst of energy because my body thinks I should be awake for some reason, and that's just why I get 4 hours of sleep at night, like most men and women in America. I like waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about things like retirement and how my day job is just a straight path to death, baby. Did a video on it. It started prompting from scary comments from people saying things like, my coworker retired and 2 weeks later they died, which I did not mean to make that video for that reason, but sometimes you do things and people just overshare on the internet. I mean, I respect them commenting and getting my engagement up, but yeah, so anyways, I think about that. The reason I thought about that is because last week I had to call the people who are handling my retirement money because I had to transfer some from my old job. Very boring topic, I know. But he was like, yeah, so blah, 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 you're on the plan for retiring in roughly the year 2045. And I was like, that's terrifying to think about because that's not the end of my life, but that's just like that. Oh my God. Like you just work. You're just on this straight conveyor belt path of just sheer work until that date. And then they say, you get to stop then. And when then is now, you're going to be old and you're going to be not decrepit, but you're going to be older and all this scary stuff. And that's what I think about at night because I don't want to get older. I want to stay young. I want to look like Lizzo in a couple years. I want to be rich like Lizzo and have people chase me. I'm trying to be famous. I'm trying to be famous with these reels, people. And what you don't know about me is these reels piss me off because these mother effers who have bigger accounts than me steal my stuff. Newsflash. My shit gets stolen often, and it pisses me off because these accounts, I'm going to show it right now. This guy right here, he steals content, and people follow him. He can eat my ass. I mean, no, he can't. He can eat somebody else's ass. Should I call back to Lizzo again? He can eat Lizzo's ass. Yeah, I don't want to work a day job and just work that grind. I mean, I respect people who do it. I can see the solace. I can see the comfort in just showing up, working, going home, eating chicken with your wife and kids, watching a sitcom and going to bed and going on vacation and doing that stuff. But I think that monotony would drive me crazy. I need to do weird stuff like this. I need to act out coffee and poop and piss and run through my halls and get scared when people come out when I'm filming. And I need to do the weird stuff, but I can't when these accounts steal my stuff. But hey, that's that's what it is. I mean, I try to do my thing, but it's funny. I want to just lift the veil real quick on the world of influencers. How we're all angry. I mean, it's a very stressful thing. It's funny. I was talking to my buddy Josh Nasser, a very funny guy, does these crazy car videos where he screams at people. Check it out. It's super funny. It's very original. I don't see anybody else doing it, but that's not to say people are not trying. They're just not as good as him. But we were just saying how, I mean, we're more times than none pissed off at the algorithm, which I think is one of the most hated things on the internet. The algorithm is the most hated thing on the internet. There's nothing more hated than that. I mean, Donald Trump is hated less than the algorithm. I think it's safe to say. Nobody is happy with what the algorithm is doing Nobody is happy with what the algorithm is doing for them. It's undercutting everybody. I think maybe one or two people are like satisfied with it, and it's that nerd from the nerd CEO from Instagram because he is doing deals with the devil. He sold his soul to work for Instagram, and he's doing deals, and he's probably met the algorithm, which is this floating orb like Lost. And he has put many of his firstborn childs into that cloud, and his followers went up exponentially because that's how the world of the internet works. It's a dark place. Jeffrey Epstein knows something about it. That's why he saw the algorithm. He lost followers. He shot himself, and the CIA is behind it because everything's connected, people. If you think things aren't connected, you're crazy. Right now, when you cough, your phone heard it, and it put on cough medicine on one of your ads that's going to show up on one of your platforms that you share too much information on, and that's just how it is. We need to just realize that this is everything technologically speaking is a window, and guess what? On the other side of it, it's a lot of businesses staring right at you, writing down what you're doing, because that's life, baby. Cue Frank Sinatra. That's life. That's all the people say. Boy, people trash Lizzo on the internet. Good Lord, that poor girl. I like her. She's sweet. I don't like her music. I don't even know her music. No, she has a really good song. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100%. Blank. I could have insulted her, but I don't want to do that, people, because a lot of you are going to hear this and you're going to think I'm rude. I'm actually a nice guy. I do nice things. I sometimes when I drive by homeless people, I like to yell, "Clean your room," and then they stop screaming and stare at me, and then it's kind of silly. I know that's rude. I'm doing things now to piss people off, because guess what? You can do anything, and some people are going to like it, and some people are going to hate it, and that's just the way it is. And guess what? Even when you try to make people like you, they're going to hate you. So you might as well just try to make people hate you, because at least you know 100% of the people are going to hate you. I mean, maybe some people will inadvertently be thrilled that you're just kind of doing your thing, but more times than none, they're going to bitch, moan, and complain, and that's just what it is. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Our phones they're just stealing shit. I mean, what's funny about cell phones is how, we all know it's hearing and seeing and documenting what we're doing and sending it to these companies, which are taking our information being the things we search, this, that, and the other. It's doing all that without our consent, and then our phone will bother us every single day about iCloud storage, or if we want to update our phone. You're like, you literally steal everything from me. Just do the update. Why are you even asking me? You don't ask for permission when you tell them that I search goddamn fucking ass itching cream at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday. You didn't ask my permission, and now I got all these companies and emails sending me ass cream emails. Not ice cream, ass cream, which sounds like it could be a funny. I take you to the ice cream shop. If I was a butt doctor, that would be my song for my commercial. It'd be very cheesy and it'd be funny, but people, I didn't search for ass cream. I'm just trying to have a silly example. This is a comedic podcast where I panic in the moment and I don't supply a punchline that's funny. But anyways, I'm searching. You didn't you didn't ask permission when you took my search queue when I was looking up ass cream and ice cream and you scream and I scream. But now you want me to just be like, they're trying to be like overly polite. Like, is it okay if we update now? You're like, oh really? Now you want consent, huh? You want consent now? You rapist? Ooh, that was a sharp word. We got a lot of sharp words in the dictionary these days, and that's one of them. That one will turn a couple heads and call a couple cops and yield a couple court cases. I don't know. What am I trying to say right now? I'm trying to be funny, and guess what? Sometimes comedy is not easy. Comedy's not easy when you just work the full day at your day job, and then you have to sit down and you have to turn the camera on and you have to look at it and you have to say silly stuff. I mean, it doesn't always work, but guess what? We're not all Jake Paul and Chris Pauls and all those Pauls. I think those people, let's rank who's the most hated on the internet. Let's rank the most hated things on the internet. I'm going to say number 3 is Jake Paul, number 2 is Donald Trump, and number 1 is the algorithm. Everybody hates the algorithm. I think it's the most hated thing on the internet, like I said. I think that's basically it. You know what? Let me end on this because I really got to get out of here. I don't think it's the algorithm's fault. I know that sounds like a crazy thing to say. I think in terms of Instagram, I think it's the fault of meme pages and these other quote-unquote creators who steal content from people like me. Let's use this metaphor. I'm like a little farm. I'm growing my ideas like they're pumpkins, and some are good, some are bad, some rot, some belong in the ground and should never see the light of day. But every now and then, Daddy gets an award-winning pumpkin that's just good, and people are coming from all around to look at it and wave at it and all this shit. And what happens is you got these big asshole accounts, like I called out earlier, that just cherry pick, and they go to all the farms of all these unique creators on the internet, and they pick the biggest pumpkins and all the ripest of fruit and go back to their store and sell it. So people don't think to come to my store because I got some that are rotting, some small, some big. they want to go to that big person store and buy all the good fucking the best of the best. That's the meme pages and these creators who steal. What happens is the algorithm sees them daily presenting their new freshly picked idea, and it's starting to mold what the algorithm thinks is a good channel versus a bad one. And I know sometimes people are like, oh, it's all about consistency. No, it's not. It's the fact that these people's pages are just putting the highlight reel. It's the SportsCenter top 10 every 10 days, just the number one play all the time from all these other people's pages because nobody can police it. And inadvertently now you got those channels who are just stealing ideas, and then you have the meme pages who are taking the ideas who are even above that, and now they're taking the ideas from these more popular meme pages who the algorithm favors, and then you got the people like me at the bottom of the barrel, ripping our hair out trying to make these fucking ideas, and then you have to watch your baby that you grew up on a meme page being acted out by this other nerd. So that's the bullshit. How do I even get on this topic? I don't know. The internet pisses me off. All the creators are... Shout-outs to creators who try to do real stuff and actually work hard and come up with ideas and find the angles and do all that stuff and freaking, slave away trying to write down ideas and figuring everything out. And if you're one of the creators that thinks it's okay to steal ideas from these other pages, guess what? Somebody somewhere came up with that idea and they're pissed off that you're doing it. So once you stop trying to think you're funny... Step back, let us big dogs do the thing, and go fuck yourself because you're trash, guys. I got to get out of here. You're such a good audience. You're such good followers. I know we're running through a lull in the podcast world. I'm happy I'm doing my third consecutive one in a row, but guess what? It's gonna keep coming. We're gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep coming all over you guys. So get ready. Put on your sunglasses because I'm gonna keep coming, baby. 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, 9. I'm gonna do 100 in a row. But again, I'll be at San Diego Laugh Factory, April 30th, 8 p.m. Ticket link in the description here. If you guys are listening on SoundCloud or iTunes, feel free to jump on my Instagram. It's in the bio, or just go to Laugh Factory's website. Go to the San Diego location. Go to the 30th. Buy a ticket. I would love to hang out, see you. Let's all laugh. Let's have fun. And one more time for Lizzo's thick, juicy ass. All right, bye.